Voice mode has the most instantly understandable demo of the five. You talk, Claude code responds, and the code changes without touching the keyboard. That is the hook. The repo describes it as natural two-way voice conversations with Claude code. A viewer does not need to know anything about MCP or agent orchestration to understand why that matters. The first 20 seconds should show a spoken instruction, a Claude code session, and a real diff or terminal response. Then the video can explain the setup. Voice videos around Claude already get meaningful demand, and this repo is fresh enough to deserve coverage. The angle is not voice assistants in general. It is coding by conversation inside the agent developers already use. The source repo is Bailey/voice mode. At capture, it had more than 1,100 stars, more than 150 forks, and an April 21st release. The README has a clean, quick start. The recommended route is the Claude Code plugin. Add the voice mode marketplace, install the plugin, install dependencies, then start talking. The Python installer route uses UVX voice mode install, then adds voice mode to Claude Code with a Claude MCP command. The README also names local voice services, including whisper.cpp for speech-to-text and Kokoro for text-to-speech. That matters because it gives the video a privacy angle. This can be cloud-backed, local-backed, or mixed depending on the setup. The workflow is simple and visual. You say the task out loud. Voice mode captures the audio. Speech-to-text turns it into an instruction. Claude Code performs the coding step. Text-to-speech can speak back, so the loop feels conversational instead of command-based. For a real demo, the task should be small and verifiable. Ask it to explain a function, update a README section, fix a typo, or add a test. Then show the actual diff. That keeps the video honest. The magic is not pretending speech makes software engineering automatic. The magic is removing friction when your hands are busy, when you are reviewing code, or when you want to dictate context faster than typing it. The setup section should make one thing clear. Voice is a stack. There is microphone permission, speech-to-text, the Claude Code MCP connection, optional text-to-speech, and sometimes an API key fallback. The README even has troubleshooting for microphone access, UV not found, OpenAI API errors, and no audio output. That is exactly what viewers need. Most voice demos hide the setup pain and only show the polished loop. A better video shows the real prerequisites, then shows the first successful conversation. The local path with whisper.cpp and Kokoro is especially interesting for TechWealth Hub because our audience already cares about local workflows and private AI tools. This matters because coding agents are moving from command line tools into collaborators. A pure terminal loop is powerful, but it also keeps you in a narrow interaction mode. Voice changes the ergonomics. You can brainstorm, correct, and steer faster. You can explain intent in full sentences. You can ask for status while reading the diff. For accessibility, it is even bigger. The video should not overclaim. Voice will not replace careful review, and it will not make a bad agent safe. But it can make the agent loop feel more natural. That is a strong YouTube hook because the viewer can understand the before and after immediately. Voice also has obvious failure modes. Background noise matters. Microphone permissions can be annoying. Transcription can mishear package names, file names, and symbols. Latency matters because a slow voice loop feels worse than typing. Privacy matters if audio leaves the machine. And voice can be too vague if the user does not give precise instructions. That is why the video should test a real coding task with technical words, not just say hello. It should show where the transcript is accurate and where it struggles. A blunt review will be more useful than a hype clip. The question is not whether voice feels cool. The question is whether it saves time in a real Claude Code workflow. Voice mode should be the fourth video because it is the easiest to understand at a glance. Thumbnail, talk to Claude Code. Cold open, spoken task to real terminal output. Middle, install options and local voice stack. End, verdict on whether it is daily driver ready or best for experiments. This is a strong topic because it combines two trends people already click, Claude Code and voice AI. It also avoids the current channel weakness. Instead of another repository name on screen, the promise is human. Can I code without touching the keyboard? That is the story viewers will click. The follow-up video should be a live task. Speak one bug report, let Claude Code respond through voice mode, then inspect the transcript and final diff. That gives viewers the real answer. Voice is useful only if it survives technical words, file names, latency, and review.